Instacart is on a mission to have you not leave the couch this basketball season. Because between the pre-game rituals and the post-game interviews, it can be difficult to find time for everything else. So let Instacart take care of your game day snacks or weekly restocks and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Because we hear it's bad luck to be hungry on game day. So download the Instacart app today and enjoy $0 delivery fees on your first 3 orders. Service fees apply for 3 orders in 14 days, excludes restaurants.
On today's Smart 7, police open Glastonbury investigation, government faces further welfare rebellion and lots more. It's Tuesday 1st of July, it's International Reggae Day and happy birthday, Pamela Anderson.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Tuesday sees a vote on the government's welfare bill, but despite concessions on the PIP programme and on disability benefits, there are still a sizable number of backbench Labour MPs opposed to the bill. Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall spoke in the Commons on Monday to defend the government's plan to reform social welfare and warned that over 1 million young people not in education, employment or training is an unsustainable burden on the economy. But she was hopeful that the changes will win over Labour rebels.
There have also been real concerns about our initial proposals. We have listened carefully and we are making positive changes as a result.
Early signs are that the Rebel Alliance are not happy, with questions over a proposed 4-point assessment for PIP and suggestions that another amendment to block the bill may still be tabled. Debbie Abrahams, Labour chair of the Work and Pensions Committee, says there is more to be discussed.
The actual offer that was put to one of the negotiating team wasn't actually what we thought we had negotiated. But as I say, absolutely recognise this is a good concessions, but we're not quite there yet.
Everyone in Glastonbury has packed up their tents and headed home, but the ongoing controversy over the politics of the festival rumbled on Monday. Avon and Somerset police have now launched an investigation into performances by Irish act Kneecap and punk duo Bob Vylan. The force is reviewing footage to see if the chants amount to a public order incident, as the BBC was criticised over its failure to pull the live stream. Baroness Jackie Smith says it was particularly insensitive in the context of the original Hamas attack.
And the fact that it happened at a music festival, where I'm sure actually lots of people were reflecting on the fact that on the 7th of October, young people were dragged out of a music festival, kidnapped and murdered, will bring home to people why the BBC shouldn't have allowed it to be broadcast live.
Culture Secretary Lisa Nandy says she has already spoken to the BBC's Director General, and content regulator Ofcom was warning that the BBC have questions to answer. But Palestine Solidarity Campaign Director Ben Jamal says the acts were highlighting a legitimate issue, the suffering of the people of Gaza.
Do I think the appropriate attitude to the commission of atrocities is loathing and hatred of those actions? Yes, of course I do. The Prime Minister has used very strong language to condemn this. He hasn't used the same language to condemn those atrocities.
While the world has been distracted by war in the Middle East, Russia has continued to launch wave after wave of attacks at Ukrainian cities. Last weekend saw one of the biggest attacks yet, with over 500 drones and missiles fired at targets far from the front lines. Russian forces also continue to advance to the west of Donetsk, claiming they've captured a village in the Dnipropetrovsk region, which would create more headaches for the Ukrainian defensive lines. In a bid to stop any further Russian advances, Ukrainian President Zelensky says he is planning to withdraw his country from the Ottawa Landmine Convention, which could see anti-personnel mines laid along the front.
Russia was never part of this convention, and it is using anti-personnel mines with utmost cynicism. It's a hallmark of Russian killers, to destroy life by all means at their disposal.
The 6th module of the COVID inquiry opened on Monday. This segment will focus on what happened in care homes during the pandemic. The death toll from COVID in the UK was over 220,000 people, and of that number, over 45,000 deaths came in care homes. The opening statement from Peter Weatherby, who is the barrister for the COVID-19 Bereaved Families for Justice group, revealed that one of the civil servants in his written evidence described what he called generational slaughter in care homes in the early days of the pandemic. The secretary to the inquiry, Ben Connor, says this phase will be difficult to watch, but had nothing but praise for the families who have given evidence.
I've met hundreds of people who have shared their experiences. They have been brave, they've been honest, and they've helped us to build a better picture of the true impact that COVID had right across the UK.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Wimbledon gets much too warm and Rihanna heads to Brussels right after this. Hey, it's Jamie East here, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is sponsored by Vodafone Business in partnership with Samsung. When you're running your own business, pretty much anywhere can be your office. The spare room, the back garden, or, even the local cafe. And with the power of Vodafone Business's reliable award-winning network, combined with the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, there's no limit to what you can do pretty much anywhere. For example, if you're working and caffeinating at the same time, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra will allow you to seamlessly complete actions across a whole range of apps to find relevant information and send it where it needs to go. It can even summarise YouTube videos for you and save it to Samsung text notes. That's the power of AI in your pocket. The issue of how AI large language models are trained remains controversial, with a US court ruling this week that AI firm Anthropic was allowed to use novels to train its model, but that it'll still need to pay the authors. And getting back to Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, to take advantage of all the features and change the way you do business, you'll need a Samsung account and a network connection. And if you're using the seamless action across apps, it's compatible with selected languages only. You'll also need a Google account login, and the availability of search functions may vary by country, language and device. To find out more, search Vodafone Business Samsung, and for network verification, go to vodafone.co.uk/network. Welcome back. There were some big shocks on the first day of Wimbledon, not least the temperature reaching a new record for opening day of 32 degrees. On the courts, Daniel Medvedev went out in the first round to France's Benjamin Bonzi, and Carlos Alcaraz, the reigning champion, struggled against Fabio Fognini. Alcaraz came through and now faces the 733rd seed, Britain's Oliver Tarvett, in the second round. It was a good day for the Brits, with 7 through to round 2 already, including Katie Boulter, who beat Paula Badoza, and Emma Raducanu, who beat teenager Mimi Xu. Emma seemed to be enjoying day one.
Well, I'm glad people were having fun today. I mean, I saw a champagne cork fly onto the court, so that was... It's really nice to be back, and I just use it as support, and I love it. I love playing in this atmosphere. It's my favourite tournament by far, so yeah, I'm just so happy to get another match here.
If you could pick any location in the world for the premiere of your new movie, where would it be? The answer is probably not Brussels, but that's where the world premiere of the new Smurfs movie took place this weekend. On the plus side, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky both turned up, as she stars as Smurfette, along with producing the movie and providing new music for the soundtrack. While fans still wait for her proper new album, she sounded like she was having fun on set.
Working with the director, Chris, on this, he was very open to my ideas or my perspective on things, and he let me go back and redo stuff, whatever I wanted to do music-wise. It's really easy to be inspired by the Smurfs.
There's a new science fiction movie on the way from the same author who wrote The Martian. You may recall that involved Matt Damon alone in space, and at first this movie, Project Hail Mary, looks a bit like the Ryan Gosling reboot. But it's produced and directed by Christopher Miller and Phil Lord. They are the genius duo who created the Lego Movie, the Spider-Verse series, and made Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So it's not your typical moody space movie, and as a bonus, Ryan does actually get to meet an alien. It hits cinemas in March 2026.
Every star was infected by its neighbor, except one.
Why? We don't know.
Which is why we built a ship to go there and find out.
Who on earth is going to sign up for this?
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct.
You'll find a solution.
You are my solution.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes.